welcome to the Crafty Boys. This is number 3, day 3, December 3rd of the Christmas Advent beer thing. Sorry, I got totally
City.
I got totally distracted.
Greeting.
Yeah, the season's greetings case. But I have to admit, I got really distracted when you started doing your impression of Worf right as we were starting, because. And there's context. The reason is that I earlier today there's a YouTube channel that I follow that hasn't put out a video for some time called Trexpertise, and the guy does these incredibly in-depth sort of character analysis, different things about Star Trek. My favorite being a nerd, yeah. But he did this really good one called A Case for Gul Dukat, so the big villain from DS9. But just
he was one of the Kardashians.
Yes, he was one of the Kardashians. But just this morning, after not having posted anything for what I hadn't realized was about 10 months or so, he put out one called the history of Klingons or something. I have to look at it later, but essentially, so he put this video that's like an in-depth analysis of the history of the Klingon species, where it goes back in time using references from films and from television about different things, and of course featuring Worf quite a bit because they had Kahless in it a lot in DS9, and so and I think a little bit in Next Generation, but so today. Earlier today, I heard a lot of Worf talking. So when you did it, I'm like, well, that's a pretty bang on thing. Oh, we're starting the thing. So it totally just got me thinking about that. So, but it has nothing to do with beer. But sorry, beer drinkers can also be nerds.
It might. See, I'll give you some context. I've already pulled the beer out of my case, so I know what the beer is for today, and you do not.
So, okay, so here we go. Here we go.
Drum roll.
Let me make sure the label is around the right way, and
boom. It is called anger management.
Okay, I see the connection to okay, so just picture me like
so this is from Parallel 49, Anger Management Angry IPA.
The Angry IPA. I'm not mad. I'm perfectly calm. I don't get angry. I'll have this thing up and running in 2 weeks. It'll be dialed right in. Wow, I like that.
So like everything else in the season's greetings, Advent Calendar Pack, this is a one-time special release. You can only get in the season's greetings pack, so hurry out and get it before it.
All right.
Before it's gone.
I gotta get a glass. Holy crap! What's wrong with me?
Oh, what are you doing? All right, everybody. Let's just sing to ourselves. Okay, good. We don't have to sing.
Oh, dude, this one's dirty. What the hell?
Oh man, this is a professional show. So how are you guys all doing?
I'm just picturing you, Alan, doing. Remember when Wayne left Wayne's World and Garth was left? That's totally what I'm picturing you doing. Like, okay, I'm having fun. Not and just like kind of slowly moving out of frame. That's what I was imagining. And for you younger
Garth
kids,
and you're Wayne.
Party on, Wayne. All right.
Party on, Garth.
I guess I'm Garth because I have hair.
Hey, Wayne had hair.
Oh, ooh. Listen to that. All right, I'm gonna do my pour.
Can
Here
you
we
smell
go.
it? Can you smell
YouTube Smell-O-Vision?
Oh,
there we go. Oh, whoa. Settle down, IPA. Settle down.
It's angry.
It's angry. It's really upset with me right now. All right, slow.
Oh, look at that. Look at that head. See, Shane's just got a bad pour is what he's got.
It's a professional pour. What are you talking about? I do this all the time.
I
gotta say, I like the dude on the front. He's very scary looking,
and he's holding a wrench.
I picture him sort of working on somebody's car, and doing a very bad job. He actually, you know what he reminds me of? Remember in the original National Lampoon's Vacation?
Yeah.
That's kind of like one of those dudes at the gas station where it's like I paid $400 for 4 bald tires and a toe. So
That's very good.
Damn you, Parallel 49! Damn you to hell! And actually go back there and keep making what you do.
This is very good.
Speaking of National Lampoon's Vacation, I was looking for because I'm doing Christmas shopping. I was on one of my favorite T-shirt websites where you can get T-shirts such as this. Yep. But they actually had a T-shirt that I would never even pictured as being something I would put on a T-shirt, but it's a still frame of Griswold of what's his name? I want to say Clyde. It's not Clark. Thank you,
Clark.
Clyde. Yeah. Clyde for some reason, but Clark punching in the nose of Wally Moose or whatever the hell his name is at Wally World. So he's punching. It's a still frame of him just going. And like the moose's face being all impacted and stuff. I thought it was I'm tempted to get one. Just because growing up, that was one of those films that I watched on a regular basis because my sister was of that age as when you have a sibling that's got enough of a gap. Like I have about 9 years between and Allison has got like 14. You suffer. Like you were lucky. Your sister was not that much younger than you. So you didn't have to suffer through the let's watch insert movie title here again. And you had to like, okay, well, I'm babysitting or my sister's, wanting to hang out. So you put in the tape, for my sister, it was stuff like that, like National Lampoon's Vacation, which I remember recording off of television at one time. But isn't
that movie kind of inappropriate for little kids? Like I watched it recently with my kids and I turned it off because I'm like,
the original one or the one?
The original one.
Okay,
the original one. Yeah.
Well, because of like Christy Brinkley and him eating a urine-soaked sandwich.
No, just
Which scene? Tell me which scene where you're like, okay, we're done now.
Well,
then I can make fun of you.
The part was when they went to the what's his name? The cousin, the cousin's farm, the dirt farm. and I French kiss. Yeah, well, so everyone does that. But my teacher says I'm the best at it. But what part about the cousin? What part about the cousin was the part that you were like, okay, I still have a child who's, how old is Ben? Well, I think it was the drug references.
Drug references? What of the marijuana? Wasn't it marijuana? No.
Yeah.
Was it weed? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question for you. Do you allow your child online in the middle of the night where he can like our videos?
No, I don't allow him.
So you think he was only watching our video, is what I'm saying. That if you have a child who's still awake,
not at all. Not at all.
At night. Really? Okay, just saying.
No, I don't think he was only watching our video, but let me explain to you this is our practice now. This is our parenting. This is his avenue to the internet, and we remove it from him.
Oh, so
we forcibly take it from him when he goes to bed.
To give you context, anyone watching this, Alan and I think it was just you and me that one time. I can't remember. There might have been somebody else, Dave or Locke or both. But the point was that I happened to be looking at the live stream control panel, and which I do once in a while. I don't do it all the time, but I happened to be looking at it and I noticed that we got somebody liking our video, and I'm like, oh, somebody liked our video like a minute and a half ago. That's kind of cool. And then I just happened to go, well, who was it? Somebody named Ben Ford or whatever his name is we recognize. And you were like, really? Hang on a second. And you got up and you left. And you were like, his phone was on the floor under his bed, and he looked like he was sleeping. And we're like, no. So I kind of like your solution that it's like, go to bed, but we're keeping that device. Thank you so much.
And just to point out, it's not a phone. It's just an iPod. I don't allow my kids to have phones.
That would be kind of funny. So anyway, Lucy, yeah, if you'd like to talk to me a little bit about that thing you were telling me about yesterday. Well, yes, the BDSM community is so grateful that you're interested, Ben. I mean, Alan is the best parent I know.
I think I'm the only parent you know.
Well, there's Todd and Rachel.
Oh, that's
and
true. That's
Ali's
true.
sister and brother-in-law.
Well, out of them, I'm definitely the best.
I was gonna say, yeah. Look at it.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Todd. I mean, really, is he raising children or wild animals? I mean, really, when you think about it, you boil it all down, they would eat you in your sleep.
So let's keep this brief podcast on a Christmas-related note because we're doing the Advent.
Small children eating people alive.
So, what's your favorite Christmas special growing up?
Ooh, funny you should ask, because I think on November, actually I have my calendar still in November, so I can tell you. So it was last Monday, so the 28th of November. I was looking, every year at around the end of November, I go to the CBC's website and I search for holiday schedule. And they hadn't updated it. And I was like, what the hell? My God. And I was about to send them an angry tweet, like, come on, CBC. Come on.
Angry tweet.
An angry, yes, I was going to send them an angry tweet. But it was kind of amusing because I forgot. I remember thinking I should tweet them and be like, where's your schedule? And of course, like the next day I look again and it's like it's all updated. But I do that. It's like a ritual I have every year now where I do two things. Actually, three. I go to noradsanta.org and to make sure that the Santa tracker is operating or something. Google, of course, throws this in my face every year because I've done it so many times. They're like, hey, guess what time of year it is? Go to Santa's Village at tracker dot whatever. And I always go to the CBC's holiday schedule because growing up, I mean, that was kind of the thing. The CBC would pop on, and at some point you would have some sort of, Rankin Bass or Frosty or a whole bunch of things, which now of course include films like Elf and Christmas Carol from the 50s and Christmas Carol from whatever, Miracle on 49th or 34th Street or whatever. Anyway, and It's a Wonderful Life. I didn't actually notice It's a Wonderful Life in today's schedule or this year's schedule. Anyway, so that's kind of my thing is I go to the CBC, but today I actually thought, there's this thing, and I did this last year a little bit, but not to the point where this year I created a playlist. Because I was like, there's this thing called YouTube, and there's films and things on there that are not supposed to be there, but they're there anyway in reasonable quality. I wonder if they're all there. So everything, I put all the films that I like into a playlist. But I think my favorite of all of them is always going to be, although this year, if you follow a channel on YouTube called that does the honest trailers, whatever the hell they're called, I've forgotten. But anyway, they do these things called honest trailers, and they basically cut these things together to give you a trailer of whatever the film you're watching and sort of give you this realistic look at it. Well, realistic, but anyway. So this year they did one for Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the Rankin Bass, stop motion thing. And it's hilarious. I recommend you watch it. If you haven't seen it, search for Honest Trailers Rudolph and you'll find it. And it's amazing because it compares the Christmas Carol with the what actually is happening in the Rankin Bass stop motion, and it's bizarre because it's like, Frosty the Snowman, going through all, or not Frosty, sorry, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and they're going through all that. Wrong Carol. And then suddenly it's like, and he meets this woodsman. Like, it's like, what is this dude? And I'm like, it's you called Cornelius. But then of course, in the trailer, it's like, well, he's not in the Christmas Carol, so what the hell is he doing here? And he's licking his tool.
Yes.
Anyway. So it gets very kind of below the belt, but it is amusing, and that out of all of them, That would be my favorite because that's the one I remember the most. Followed, I think, by Mickey's Christmas Carol, just because I am a Disney guy and I like it. So, what about yours? What's your favorite?
I think it's probably the Frosty the Snowman cartoon voiced by Jimmy Durante.
Yeah, that's on my list as well. That's actually one of the
And
ones.
The Grinch is good, and Peanuts, Charlie Brown Christmas.
Peanuts, Charlie Brown Christmas is in my playlist. The one I haven't found, which I actually watched it this way last year, was on YouTube because I looked at the Christmas schedule last year and it was closer to Christmas Eve. And I was like, damn, I missed the Grinch. And then I was like, wait a minute. And I went on YouTube, and there it was, which I couldn't find it this year. At least I couldn't find one that wasn't hacked up or wasn't blown up or, to try and defeat copyright, whatever, which is why would you do that? So, yeah, I got to say, if those are
you could just go buy the DVD for like $10.
Well, that too. I mean, actually, that's kind of funny you say that because I was on Amazon today and because I had searched for Rudolph on Amazon accidentally. I was actually meaning to Google it, but search bar popped up in Amazon. Suddenly I get all the people that have also searched for Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer also search for Frosty the Snowman and blah, 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 and everything else that we've talked about. So it's kind of amusing that that kind of stuff has gone on, has sort of, it's permeated everywhere. Like you can't, it's interesting because I had this thought today about Christmas carols and how I could not really tell you any new carols or any new Christmas music from any artist for the last decade or 20 years even, because Christmas to me, when it comes to Christmas carols, it's, the 50s, 40s, 50s.
Oh, there's lots of stuff that's recent.
What are they? Tell me, because I can't think of any.
Mistress for Christmas by AC/DC.
Okay. That doesn't count.
Yes, it does.
Count. It doesn't count.
Yes, it does.
I always have that every year. I listen to it since it came out. So, but it doesn't count because
it does count. It says Christmas in it, and it's just like how Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
This is true, and in a very light way.
A lot of people say that Die Hard isn't a Christmas movie, but it takes place on Christmas Eve, so it's a Christmas movie. There is a Christmas tree in it, and they play Run DMC's Christmas in Hollis. So it's a Christmas
We're old! Okay, Mistress for Christmas. I will go with that one because I just listened to that today.
Okay.
What is another one that's more recent?
Green Day,
because that was 1990. Mistress for Christmas came out on Razor's Edge. It was 91, I think. So what's let's get out of the 90s, find something in this century.
All right.
You can't think of one. I can tell you can't think of one.
You can't think of one. I'm loading up Spotify.
That's cheating. Cheating.
No, it's not cheating.
Fine.
Okay. What about who is it? The Crash Test Dummies did a remake of the Grinch song.
But
again, that's a bit older.
Dummies redid the Grinch, really? Weird. I didn't know.
Yes, they did.
Well, I mean, you've got. I mean, for me, it's like Burl Ives, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Gene Autry, Nat King Cole, Johnny Mathis, Bing Crosby, Andy Williams. Especially Burl Ives, because that's the one that always was played like so many times. Hence, being from the Rankin Bass thing. But you can never, of course, go wrong with Dean Martin, because Dean Martin, James Dean was a really good Christmas Carol. Actually, I wonder if he did. No, probably not. But yeah, no, Dean Martin, he did a version of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer where he refers to Rudolph as Rudy. And that always pisses me off. I'm like, I'm going to go to your grave and dig you up and slap you around a bit because what the hell's wrong with you? But not only that is that in that particular Christmas Carol, in that particular version of it, he says Rudy, but then at some point, when he does the voice for Santa Claus, he does this weird accent of Rudolph. Would you like to? It's like he's like doing like a cheap Russian on Broadway kind of thing. His non-union equivalent or something. It's kind of very strange. I never quite understood that, why he would do that. But as an adult, I'm like, dude, I like what you do. It's too bad you're long gone. God damn it, that makes me so mad.
Okay. You want some modern Christmas music?
Okay, give me something modern. Something that I may not know. Something that's
new and
2000
original.
And onward. All right, let's hear it.
2000 and onward. All right, just a second. This page is taking a long time to load.
Get some real internet.
Because I'm streaming right now. Apparently, there's a song called Christmas Lights by Coldplay. I don't know if that's, post 2000.
I will search for it. Let's see. So Coldplay Christmas. All right, so Coldplay's, oh my lord, Coldplay did an entire album of Christmas stuff, really?
There's a song called Christmas Wish by a group called She and Him, which is apparently made up of Zooey Deschanel and M. Ward. Now, I know who Zooey Deschanel is. I don't know who M. Ward is.
I have heard Zooey Deschanel sing a couple times. Not live, but somewhere I've heard her music. But I'll give that up to her. I don't know if she's dead now. No, she's really?
Not live, but dead. Okay. Here's
although
one.
I will, but actually, I'm going to say this one more thing before I forget. My favorite Christmas album, the one that I listened to probably the most,
Mariah Carey.
Of course, no, is Home Alone, the soundtrack to Home Alone.
Yeah.
Because it has a good mixture of some of the favorites, but then it has a lot of the sort of Christmassy John Williams stuff going on. So about 8 years before he had to punish himself by making The Phantom Menace. So
I think I'm using my internet too much. It's kind of giving me grief here. But anyway,
it's scary that last year Home Alone. I just noticed this. It's in my library already, and I didn't even notice. Home Alone's John Williams 2015 25th anniversary remix edition. So he redid the whole thing. But I don't know. I guess
I'm done my beer. I'm done my beer.
What are
we gonna do about this?
We're gonna have to wait till tomorrow. You want some of mine? Here, have some.
Yeah, that's good. Thanks.
Well, no, the thing that I fear is that kids that are the age of your children, more I'm kind of leaning towards Ben-ish, maybe even the middle one. Shut up, Cameron. Is that, do they have those connections anymore, like to those musical stylings? Like, do you actually play that kind of stuff when you're around this time of year?
What, the old ones?
Yeah.
No, and I will say this:
my case has been made.
The classic stuff, they're completely bored by it. Like Frosty the Snowman and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and stuff, completely bored by it. The only
child abuse
classic that they like is the Grinch.
Well, I got to say that every year I do listen to 2 audiobooks. Probably I start them around the 20th.
Because you don't know how to read.
Like right before it, because I don't. I never learned to read. Oscar moment. Right. Oscar moment. If you get that reference, I'll be impressed. Wayne's World. But anyway, the Grinch, the whole story told by I was going to say Burl Ives, not Burl Ives.
Boris Karloff.
Thank you, Boris Karloff. And the thing about probably about 10 years ago, I found a copy at a like a thrift store of I'm gonna say this wrong. No, don't say it. Don't say it. No, it's not Jean-Luc Picard. I always want to say it's Jean-Luc. No, Patrick Stewart doing a reading of Christmas Carol, and it's really, really good. I enjoy it a lot, and I will never ever look at Patrick Stewart the same way again. Where it's kind, he's always the captain, but then you hear the story and you kind of just you see him really getting into it as a character, and then you watch the movie Green Room, and then you're completely blown away. But yeah, no, he about 10 years ago, I started actually watching or listening to that as kind of a trying to build sort of a ritual, for myself. So, but anyway, there you go. That's my Christmas stuff. Anyway, so I give this IPA is damn good. I'm kind of nursing it, but I do enjoy it a lot.
Well, and savor it, because once you've drunk it, that's it. It's gone. You're never getting it again.
That's true. So today is Anger Management Angry IPA, and who knows what waits within bag number 4 tomorrow. Thank you, Ali. So yeah, cool. All right, I will talk to you tomorrow, sir. Thank you for the advent, and bye, everyone.
Bye. Oh, just a second. We gotta
do it. We can't leave without it.